some in-car vlogging while I navigate my way home for the night. About ready to start off our weekend, so we do have a car show today to go to, or car meet, depending on how you determine it. But yeah, so we're gonna go do that today. And then immediately after that, who knows? But so for today's topic on my way home, let's go over the 5 things I'm probably never gonna do in my Corvette. So let's go with the first one. A lot of people have had all this talk about these cool fobs and how you can leave the key in it and it won't lock up on you. That's good for the doors and stuff. I've seen people who leave their key fobs in the backpack in the corner of their car. Like you see my backpack sitting there, they put the key fob in there and go to the gym, lock the trunk behind them, and then hit the button to open it up. That might work in your Nissan or some other car that has a large proximity sensor and good range. On the Corvette, the fobs are pretty good on understanding exactly where they are. So yeah, I don't recommend doing it because you will lock yourself out of the car, and that's kind of embarrassing. Or run the risk of somebody else figuring out your keys are in there and now your car's stolen. Either way, they're not good situations. Those are things I never will do, nor have I, in any car that I've had that owned a fob. Nor would I ever consider doing it in my Corvette. So yeah, not gonna happen. Number 2 on my list is, you see all these YouTube clips and people ask me all the time, is that little parking brake guy that's right there. The parking brake, it's a parking brake, not an emergency brake. So no, I will not flip it while I'm driving the car to see what happens. This is not Tokyo Drift. It doesn't engage a drift. It doesn't actually even lock up the tires from where I heard. But what it does do is put this wonderful little thing on your freaking digital display saying you need to take the car to the dealership because there's an issue. And that's because you pulled the emergency brake out while you did, not the emergency brake, but the parking brake while driving. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. That's weird. There's a school speed limit, but school's not open today. It's summer, and there's no summer school at this school, at least. Or maybe there is. It is a very, very good private school. So back to the topic at hand. Now, using the launch control functionality in the Corvette outside of track mode and the track settings, I won't ever do that. And not because I don't want to, it's because I just don't feel the need to. I bought this Corvette, I know it's fast. I've had faster cars, I've had performance cars before in my life, and I will say this much, they're not anything that that's doing burnouts and donuts. I got over that in the Challenger. I did many of burnouts, I did many of walking the dog. I kind of got over that the moment I almost got faced with buying new tires. And tires on this car are not cheap. I don't make a whole lot of money when it comes to being able to have that much of an expendable income on idiocracy, or being an idiot, or a show-off. So yeah, I'll never do that. I have yet to launch the car with launch mode, or launch control. I haven't done any of that, nor do I care to, because I don't drag, I don't race. I just enjoy putting the hammer down when I want to. As a good example. Yeah, it's got some giddy up and go, so you really don't need to use launch control. You can take off like a bat out of hell whenever you want to. So number 4 on my 5 things I'll never do in this Corvette, or basically you shouldn't do either, but I'm not one to tell you how to enjoy how you spend your money. Some people get very reckless with things they buy because they own it and they don't care. I'm reckless on certain things. I buy very good high-end guns and firearms, and I deck them out like they're built for combat. So yeah, to each their own. Cup holders. Now the cup holders in the Corvette, there are 2. Count them, 1, 2, because there's nowhere else in the car that has cup holders except for right about yonder. And they are worthless. Give you an idea of how deep they are. Your cup holders are about yay deep. That's about 2 inches of cup depth you get. Well, if you put an open face cup in here, drive-through cup, things like that, 1, it's gonna go all over the place. 2, why would you? Maybe a bottle of water, I get that, a Vita water, maybe a Monster that has a little cap on it. Yeah, that's fine and dandy. I've yet to do it. I don't eat or drink in my car. That's probably because this isn't really a commuter car or a daily driver. I have been driving it a lot because the weather's nice, and with all the commotion and stressfulness of my job, I need to personally fluff my ego, and that's what I bought this car for, was to remind me why I bust my ass day in, day out, and to enjoy the fruits of my labor. But yeah, I'll never put a cup in the cup holder. I have a hard time throwing my keys in there. When I've taken my car to have it serviced, I didn't like that they did that. They put my keys there. Kind of drove me a little batty. I don't use it. And so yeah, putting a cup in there is something probably I'm never going to do. You'll probably never see me do it on camera. It's just not something I really do to this car. Now my other car, yeah, all the time. Eat, drink, play, whatever. This is more of just play, enjoy your time. So the last one, and number 5 on the list, is for those of you who watch some of the intros I've done, specifically the intro on my Corvette, you see me unplug something out of the back. That is the battery tender that I unplug. And the reason why I do, you see that regularly when I don't drive the car that often. Yes, this car has sat for a month completely straight and not moved at all. Right, so I bought the battery tender because with the Challenger, it was a little sketchy at the beginning of every season having to start the car or ensure that it started, but you could jump that car. This car you can't jump if the battery dies, which is why I will never let the battery die, because it is a nightmare. If you let the battery die on this car, it is a nightmare. You will end up most likely having to do one of multiple things, which includes putting your car on a tow truck or a flatbed, having it taken to the dealer so that they can basically start the car up for you, get the key fobs to sync up, etc., etc. It's not a fun exercise, so don't do it. Spend the extra money if you're thinking about buying a Corvette. Get the battery tender, unless you're going to daily drive the car. You daily drive the car, you ain't got to worry about it. But if you're going to do like me, where I let the car sit for a month, 2 months, a whole entire freaking season, yeah, you're going to want the battery tender charger finger, and it's great the way Corvette designed it. You plug it in, you close the deck lid just a little bit, it kills all the lights and power and starts charging the battery. What more is there to like? Not what is there really truly not to like about that? It's pretty simple, and in my house it's nice because I back the Corvette in and the plug is right there. I have it sitting there with the other things that need to be charged battery wise, so it always reminds me just to plug it in, especially if I know I'm gonna let the car sit for an extended period of time. Just to give you an idea of how much I actually drive my Corvette and how much it actually spends sitting in my garage. I bought my Corvette end of February, early March, or I should say I took delivery late February, early March of this year, and I have 997 miles on it right this second. So yeah, I don't plan on driving it that often. And to my own personal defense, with the Challenger that I had prior to the Corvette, in the 2 years I owned it, it was a fair weather car, I only drove it when it was nice out and when I really wanted to just drive around and fluff my own ego. It really didn't get driven as much as you'd think. In the 2.5 years I owned it, I think I logged a total of 3,000 miles. I only changed the oil once, and that was because I was planning on going to a track day event, and I wanted to make sure that I had fresh oil and everything in there, and everything was good to go, so I didn't have to worry about any of it. The dealership was like, yeah, it's good to change it after the oil sat for, over 6 months to a year. You obviously don't drive the car, you should still change it, so I did. So yeah, and in this car I've done the 500-mile check. Obviously everything went smooth, or I wouldn't be driving this car right now. And I barely drive it, so by the time I get home I should be at 1,000, or maybe not even 1,000 miles. I should probably be at 99.9. And then we're going to the car show today. So let's do a real quick recap here before we get home, because I'm basically 2 lights away from my house, 1 light now. So the 5 things I'll probably most likely never do to recap here is never leave my key in the trunk, in a bag, or sitting back there. Never use the parking brake as an e-brake feature while driving the car. I'm not going to launch the car. Don't plan on drag racing the car. Don't plan on street racing the car. Might go a little fast here and there, but I'm past that phase of my life. I like going fast. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it in a controlled environment. I'm not going to do it on the street. Plus, street racing is bad. The other is the cup holders. They're worthless. Well, they're not worthless. I just don't use them. I didn't buy this car to drink and eat in. I bought this car to drive, go to events, have a good time. So, yeah. Next one and last one is the battery dying. I'm never going to let the battery die. I'm going to do my best to never let it die. Now that I said that, watch, there'll be a YouTube clip in like 6 or 7 months, and the battery will be dead, and I'll be pointing that out, that I said it never happened, and it did, and I'll be pulling my hair out with getting everything situated in that case. But yeah, so those are the 5 things. Hopefully you enjoyed this car vlog.